Pull up in them trucks, catch a wet like it, then you out of luck. When that 30 bucks, you just better duck, cause I'm gonna dump it, put you in the trunk. And I guarantee that when we see a op in that car stop, that it's hard drop.
Before Polo G would pop out on the come up, becoming all she wants and seeing a life with the finer things in Hollywood. Before he would collab with Lil TJ and Tay 600, before Polo would have close to 500k subscribers on YouTube and over 735k followers on Instagram at the time of this recording, before his song Finer Things would have over 45 million views on YouTube at the time of this recording, and before Polo G would sign to Columbia Records and become one of the most requested videos for this channel. Polo G has only been rapping for a short time, but he's already reached heights in the game that not many ever attain. And if you don't know yet, you will soon, because he recently landed on the Billboard Hot 100 chart for the first time with his song Pop Out. And it definitely won't be the last time, because in an interview with rollingout.com he says, "What makes me different is my way of thinking. I plan on being the biggest thing in hip hop one day." Polo G grew up in Chicago around difficult circumstances and really didn't take rap seriously until he was almost 18. But it was when he started shooting music videos and releasing videos onto his YouTube page that he would gain the attention from the right people. And he was putting out a lot of content. Can you guess how many videos Polo dropped on YouTube in one day on May 28, 2018? Stick around to find out. What's going on, good people in the comments section? I hope you're having one heck of a day. My name is Jeremy Hecht, here for you today on Before They Were Famous, as we take you through the life and career of Polo G prior to fame. This is the show where we document the journey of your favorite entertainers in hopes of inspiring you and showing you that you can reach your goals too. If you're new here, I'm the LA host for this channel, so good to meet you. And if you're familiar, you know we've covered other artists on this channel like Megan Thee Stallion and Lil TJ, so be sure to check those out after you finish watching this one. You've been heavily requesting this one, so I'm glad we finally got it for you. And I think that's it. I'll see you after the intro.
Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell. Boom!
It's Polo G! Okay. Turn around, let me see the back. Let me see the back. It's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's Polo G.
Polo G was born Taurus T. Bartlett on January 6, 1999, and grew up on the north side of Chicago in the Marshall Field Garden Apartments. Online, these buildings are listed as a large, non-governmental subsidized housing project in the Old Town neighborhood of Chicago. I wonder if there's actually an Old Town road in the neighborhood. I looked it up, there's not. But at the time of the project's construction in 1992, they were the largest moderate income housing development in the US with 628 units and 10 buildings across 5 acres. Polo has 2 younger siblings and 1 older sibling. Here's a video of his little sister as she waits around to be in the video for Polo's song Finer Things.
Look what you just say. What the basketball remind you of?
I'll say a basketball.
Both of his parents were around for his whole life, and Polo credits his mother for keeping him out of the streets. She would keep him out of trouble as he chased his original dream of playing basketball. And while gang life was surrounding him, as a kid he was just focused on having fun. Growing up, Polo was his favorite brand, and he would always ask his mom to buy him the latest Ralph gear. I even wore my Polo sweater for the video in honor of that. The G in his name represents Gucci in honor of his friend T. Gucci, who unfortunately passed away at a young age. Polo says that witnessing death heavily affected him. At first, his name was actually Polo Gucci, aka Mr. Do Too Much, and he was clearly doing a little too much with the name, so he shortened it to Polo G. Polo grew up listening to Chicago artists like Dirk, Herbo, and of course Chief Keef, but his writing style was heavily influenced by Lil Wayne because of his intricate wordplay and metaphors. But it was actually Polo's sister who inspired him to rap.
I come in our room, she got a whole notebook full of songs written, and then it made me like, oh, I gotta get on my stuff music-wise too.
Music was in his family, with his sister singing and his mom being able to sing too, and even as a 9-year-old kid, Polo knew how to rap. It was just a hobby at the time, but he was writing full songs with hooks and everything. At first, it was just a way to express himself, and here's a video of him freestyling at 14 years old, and the kid was flowing.
Can't feel cause we doing drills. Little murder creeping with the steel. He ain't scared to show your ass how I feel. Get your ass pop like a pill, let him feel that Ruger.
But it became his full-blown passion later on. He would rap on Facebook Live for his friends, and people started to tell him he was really good.
Might get 7-4-11 tatted on my face. If you throw up the forks, I won't hesitate to let shots out the 8. Boogie in the 80s, trying to get them bricks out the way.
And I found an old Facebook post of his from 2016 where he says, "I love this rap shit with a passion. This is the only way I know how to express myself, and the only thing I feel like I can do right. I thank God for this gift. I appreciate the F out of it." At first he was going by the name Polo Capalot, even having his own merch at the time. One of his biggest videos on Facebook at the time was this one of him rapping like other Chicago rappers like Lil Bibby and G Herbo using Snapchat filters.
I'm gon' S's block. Glock right on the side of me. Just a product of what made me. This is who I had to be. I'm a Herb say take off. I'm like I'm already knowing. Money hanging out my pockets, all honey showing.
The video got over 300k views on Facebook at the time with over 7k shares. But in terms of other talents, he's actually really good at being an artist, like with sketching and drawing. But as he got older, things started to hit him and he started to realize how difficult his circumstances were. Eventually, he realized that he wanted a certain lifestyle that his mother couldn't provide for him, and he found a way to get it on his own. He got caught up in his surroundings by the time he was 17, and some nights he was staying out all night and showing up back home as the sun was coming up. He ended up getting arrested back to back about 6 times, and those included petty crimes, but also a high-speed chase in a stolen car. He was locked up at Chicago's Cook County Jail that year, and was forced to think about his life and where he wanted to take it. Polo realized that in order to change his life, he needed to change his lifestyle. After the OGs surrounding him gave him the advice to get out of the streets and really focus on music, that's what he did. He wrote his song Finer Things while he was in his cell, but he waited for a while before releasing it. He was rapping about wanting more for himself and envisioning a new life. Like he says on his track Growing Pains, couldn't afford a lawyer in the county fighting felonies, but since I got home, it's like God keep on blessing me. And it's true. When he got out, he started to take music more seriously and things started to turn around. He was going to the studio and recorded his first real song. The song was called ODA, and Polo called it a thrilling experience to step into the booth for the first time. He told rollingout.com, "I was scared and anxious when I stepped into the booth. The more comfortable I got, the more I enjoyed it." But it was when he shot his first music video that he started to take everything a lot more seriously. The video was a remix to Juvenile's Back That Ass Up, and it didn't really gain much buzz for Polo, but it was a start. It was actually a freestyle called Check Me Out with the accompanying video that included his prom date that started to really get his name out there. Locally, people started to realize that Polo was someone to keep an eye out for, but things moved fast after that. His song Welcome Back started to buzz with over 37k views as of now, and his remix of G Herbo's Never Cared, that took off on YouTube with over 106k on his YouTube page at the time of this recording. None of the YouTube videos on his page really took off on the same level, getting between 10 and 50k listens, but he uploaded his first 11 videos onto his channel at the same time on the same day. On May 28, 2018, he released 11 videos. And there's the answer to your question from the top. It was Finer Things that really put his name in a new conversation though, blowing up. It now has over 46 million views on YouTube. In October of 2018, Polo G signed a deal with Columbia Records and is currently living in the hidden hills of Calabasas. Polo alongside Lil TJ just recently scored their first Billboard Hot 100 hit for their song Popout. As for the future, he told XXL, "I got a message to convey to the world. I have much more listeners that can tap in and get connected with me. I'm versatile with my sound. I can switch it up a lot. I can produce a rock record. If you want me to produce a street record, I can do that as well. It's like whatever lane I'm put into, I'm going to flourish." As for the rest of the story, well, we'll have to wait and see because this is Before They Were Famous. Let me know who to cover next. As always, check out these 2 videos, Dream Good, Live Better, and I'll see you in the next video.